Aloha, Aamann here. I wanted to talk a little bit more about solvents. Lately I've been working with hexane for about the last 4+ months. It's kind of hard to come by. It's not, you just can't go down to the paint store and get it. I had to look around to be able to find it, and it can be a little bit expensive, so it's good if you can recapture it. However, I want to talk a little bit about the properties of working with it. I've been working with Naphtha in the past, and it's interesting because at first, when I was first working with Naphtha, Rick recommended to use the light Naphtha. The closest I could find to that was a product that was sold through Sherwin-Williams paint stores, and it was called high flash Naphtha, which meant that it supposedly went up in the air at a lower temperature than regular naphtha. But I found out, actually, Ginrich tuned me into the fact that when I was using that at first, that is kind of like a lot of the naphthas in the United States, it's kind of a soup. It's a blend of materials, of different kinds of petrochemical solvents, one of which was benzene, which is not a good thing. But I've got to say, even though I used that for probably about 3 or 4 months before I found out about using, in the United States, the best thing that you can do as far as if you're working with naphtha is to get just straight naphtha. You look on the MSDS sheets and it will tell you whether or not it's naphtha and other things, or whether or not it's straight naphtha. And if you get straight naphtha, it's going to have a higher boiling temperature, but it will have the property of just having naphtha without any other things in it. So back to hexane. Hexane is very much what I would think is like what Rick refers to when he talks about light naphtha, because the properties of it, I mean, you almost just look at it wrong and it boils. It boils at 155 degrees Fahrenheit. One of the nice things about working with it is because it's a straight chain hydrocarbon, it's an inert chemical, which means that the fumes do not get to you like they do with, say, naphtha, or I think even the alcohols. It's interesting to work with, because you have to really, if you're cooking it like I do in my distillation process, you just really have to be on top of it, because it just boils. I mean, I use these large yogurt containers that I freeze, and I put them on top of my cooker, and it's a pretty good amount of weight. And if that thing gets boiling too hot, it'll push that right off. I mean, even if I've got a couple of them on, it doesn't matter how much weight I've got on there. It'll just pop it right off, because it boils with such vigor. So, but it does have the same property as naphtha as far as getting out the higher percentage of the THC and CBDs, so that's a good thing. It's a little bit more, like I said, it's more intense to work with, but I like it because I know there's been a couple times when I've been driving down the road and I felt the effects of the fumes that I have breathed in interacting with my nervous systems, and it hasn't been a good thing. Like once or twice I've actually thought of pulling the car over because it wasn't a good high, and I didn't even really know if I could keep the car under control while I was going down the road. It was kind of scary. So it's nice to know that I'm working with something now that has that higher potency, but yet is not so rough on me. And so just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And let me see, anything else? Yeah, I think that's about it for now. So, love all the support I'm getting from people. And if anybody has any other questions about anything, you can write me through this channel, and be happy to get back to you all as soon as I can. Blessings and aloha to everybody. Take care.